Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello guys, welcome to the Data Education Project video tutorial series for the C# window forms. And in this session number 7, we are going to learn how to add the data in our database from the MySQL. And for this thing, we are going to create the interface for our data. And in the last session we are creating this table, and in this table we have almost the following columns here, and roll number is the auto increment, so we have 1 2 3 4 and 5 columns are here. So let's start and make the 4 columns in this here. And first of all we are going to add the toolbox, and I'm using the label. First of all, I'm giving the heading of this form, and in this label I'm student record area, a record form, a record new student record, you can say new student record form. Okay, and now if you want to change, okay, we can do that. Just place it. Okay, it's better. Now we will change it according to this thing, and we will change the 4 color, and I'm using the 4 color like this. Okay, it's more dull. Use web colors. I think maroon is good. And now I want to change the font size, and select the font size from the font property, and then a new dialog box will show. You will select the whatever different types of things, font type, different font styles are here, and make it bold and italic, make it 16. Okay, you can see that a new student form record form was created here. Now we need to add a label, and I'm giving this label, and here use student name. Similarly, use the 4 colors, web color, maroon. Use the same Microsoft monotype. I'm using monotype. Make it italic, bold, make it 12, and just like that. It's good. Now I'm just copying it, Control C and then Control V for student father name, student phone, and student address, student email. So you can see that we have there's no need to that you will use the same arrangement, but I'm using it so it will be easy for me to add the things. So I'm using student name, father name, address, email, I think phone number, and the last one is the email address. Okay, now we need to add 4 text boxes, and 4 text boxes I am using text box 1 and place it here. Now I want to change the font whatever, but this, I think size is more important, so I'm taking the 12th and use the same monotype crossbar. Just copy it, and for 5 times. Control C, Control V. This is for the address name, father name. This is for the address. This is for the phone number, and the last one is for the email address. Okay, now we need to add one more thing, and that was the button. And for this thing I'm using is the button. Okay. Make the changes button text to register student, and if you want to change the background color, I think red color is better, and the forecolor of like snow is good. If you change the font size, then it will be more easy for you to have the same look of your interface. So this will be nice. Now almost we are done, but one more thing is very necessary, and that we need uh, to understand that the variable name is very important here, and for this thing we need to check the text boxes of everything. Okay, so first of all I am going to change the text box name, and make this text box name to student name and text box name. Second one is text box father name. Third text box name is the address. Fourth one is the phone number, and the fifth one is the email address. It's up to you that how many text boxes you will use, and here button will be changed to button register student. Okay, now our interface is almost done, and if you want to change the main form name into student registration form, then it's good. Okay, now guys, what we need to do, first of all we will establish the connection with our database. For this thing, as we told in the last lecture, that first of all we will go to the add connection and then select the MySQL, and here I will be giving the local host, which is the host name, and the database name username, and then you can approach to the database in which you are creating the college database, something like this. Just check it out that we are creating this in the tables in the college database. So after that, clicking on it, you just select OK, and a connection was established. And remember that if this was in green, then it means that your connection was established. After that, you just click on the register student here. Now we will write all the codings which are necessary for establishing the connection, and we are all in the discuss in the last lectures too. First of all, we need to import the class that was using MySQL and using if you are not seeing the using MySQL.data, then first of all you need to import that in the Solution Explorer, and just go to the references and check that MySQL.data was added or not. So you can see that MySQL.data was not added in the references. Click on the add reference, and in add reference you just select MySQL.data. So first of all you need to add this MySQL.data. Okay, and then after that you can use this library. So remember that it is very necessary for approaching the MySQL. So using MySQL, now we have MySQL.data.MySQL client, and after that we need to create a connection here. To establish the connection, okay, we are on the main form, and here is the main form. Here is the main form. This is the main form. Okay. Now first of all we will add the same here using mysql.data.sql mysql client here, and after importing the packages we will write the commands here, string some, and I am using the connection string, and connection is equal to, and just like that. When you click on this thing and you will go to the properties and you will see a connection string is here. You need to copy all of this thing, control A, control C, and just place this connection string here. Okay. Now in the next step we are going to write the query, insert query, to insert the data. For this thing, string insert data query I am using it, and in these double quotes we are writing the query insert into, and then we will name the table name student table, and write the column names, and the column names are mentioned here, and you can go and check it out, and you can see that s name as father name. So you will write s name as father name, comma, and the next one is s address. Remember that these column names must match with your selected columns, and no as email, no spelling mistake is allowed here. And now the next one is the values, and in this values double quotes we will place a concatenation system to just insert the data from the text boxes that was here. So first of all what we need it here, you will get, the simple way is that you will add the two inverted commas for every text box. I am using it just like that, 1 2 3 4 and 5. After that you will add a double quotes here, two double quotes, because these single and inverted commas are a little bit confusing here. And after that you will add two double plus here. It is a concatenation method, because we will get the values from the text box, and after that here you will write the text box name, and that was this, yes, this dot text box name dot text, the first value, and once again we will get the this dot text box father name dot text, and the third one this dot text box address dot text, and the next one is this dot text box phone number dot text, and the last one is this dot text box email address, that is the email address, text box email address dot text. You can see that the error was automatically removed. So after this thing we have the same steps as mentioned in the last lectures, but we will follow it again. First of all we will create a MySQL connection, and MySQL connection, and I am giving the name of phone is equal to new MySQL connection, creating the new instance of MySQL connection, and in this I am giving the connection. Okay. That is the name of connection. CONNECTION. Okay, now the next one is the MySQL command, and see MySQL command, and I am giving the name of CMD just for the new MySQL command. And in this MySQL command we will give the two parameters for the things, and one is the connection con, and the second one is the query, insert query. Okay, I'm just giving mistakes. So, okay, CMD. Okay, insert data query. Okay, now we are almost, we have an error here, and just check it out. Error, string insert data query local value. So I think we are mistaken. First of all we need insert query, and then after that we need a connection here. Now it's done. Okay, now we need to create a MySQL data reader, SQL data reader, and here is the reader, and data reader is the instance here. Now what we need, do not for afraid of this green line that was just indicating that you are not using it, so just wait a minute. And then first of all we need to con.connection open, con.open, and you can see that all those you can make, and enclosing them in the try catch block, and catch, and the exception is here. Yes, message box, okay, unable to insert the data due to, and we will get the ex here, exception. We have mistakenly used the word exception. Let's go to message box. What is the problem? Is a type but is used like a variable. Message box dot, I think, show. Okay. Now we are almost completing the formalities for establishing the connection, creating the query, and all the other instances required for establishing the connection and run this query. Now we need to execute this query here. Okay, we will use this to data reader, and data reader is equal to cmd dot execute query, execute non-query. We will discuss that what is the difference between execute query and execute non-query here. Okay, since we are using the reader, so we will use cmd dot execute reader. That is the required method for our things. Now we will select that whether our data was inserted or not. We will just show a message box dot show student registered successfully. Okay, we almost done, and now we will run our program and see that whether we are able to insert the data successfully or not. So start the program and wait to insert the data. It takes some time to executing it. Okay, the program is running, and just click on this one. In the last video we are creating this thing, and here I am giving the data self, father name Ata, house number Lahore, phone number, and self pk gmail.com. And now we are going to run this program. You can see that the student register successfully was message shown here. Now we need to check that whether the record was inserted here or not. For this thing we just click on it and use select rows here, and you can see that. So you guys see that the data was inserted successfully here. And thank you very much for watching this video tutorial, and please subscribe our channel for further videos, and Allah Hafiz.